So I have this video to give us choosing ones today. If you have not subscribed, please kindly subscribe and follow us for more video update. You know, 7 enemy that you should be aware of as a choosing out there, because many of us, we are fighting the enemy that we ought not to fight, studying and praying the prayers that we ought not to pray. This is why it looks like we are fighting the wrong enemy. One of the worst enemy you have to fight is you yourself. Yes, trust me. It does not matter whom you call yourself. It does not matter what you deliberately believe. It does not matter what you deliberately trust. The worst enemy that can destroy a man is you yourself. Nobody will be able to destroy you. Nobody will be able to terminate you. Nobody will be able to conquer you. Nobody will be able to frustrate you except you yourself. So the worst enemy you should always try to fight is you yourself. And this is what takes us to the word of God, saying that He have given us the spirit of what? Boldness. The spirit of what? Boldness, not the spirit of what? Of fear. Meaning that the spirit of sound mind, the spirit to stand the work of the enemies, the spirit to be what? To be vigilant and be capable to withstand the enemy day and night. Because many of us have this spirit of fear. This spirit of how will I be able to do this? When things start to go wrong, we start to think contrarily instead of us to fight. So, okay, no problem. So, I just have some of my friends that just arrived. So what am I saying is this: you have to do what? You have to fight the enemy within before you could be able to fight the enemy outside. Another enemy that you must surely be ready to battle with, whether good or bad, is household enemy. These household enemy are fundamental right about your life. It does not matter how you do it. These are the basic enemy you must surely encountered in your life. You must surely have encountered with. Why am I saying this? Is because think about it. Joseph was never in prison. Joseph was never made to be in prison. Joseph was never made to be a slave. Joseph was never created to be a slave. But his own family lead him to that point where he start to fight his own life, fight his own everything. So the worst enemy every chosen ones must surely be aware is household enemy. They are everywhere. They are real. So you must be prepared that one day your family will end up turning against you. Your family will end up become the worst nightmare. Your family may gather up one day and decide to betray you. Because many of us believe that my family love me, they don't dislike me, they don't hate anything about me, they love me the way I am, they like everything about me. But the day you start to do better than 99% of them, the day you start to do those stuff that they never expect from you, that is the particular day you will notice that they don't love you, neither do they care about you. So you must be prepared, because when you are aware that battle are coming, you must be available. You must be prepared to make sure you stand on your field to do or to battle it. So another enemy, I have stated 2. So another enemy that you must be aware is what is your spiritual enemies. Jesus, the word of God make us to understand. He said, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the wickedness in this world, against spiritual wickedness. Because let me tell you, there are people who are so wicked that they don't want you to do well. That's why Jesus said, pray. That's why Jesus make it. He said, let prayer be consistent. So he made according to the book of Matthew, he made it clear. He said, pray day and night. Pray what? Day and night. Because the devil is rolling to and fro, looking for whom to devour. So nobody will ever fight you when they have not studied anything special about you. And people who fight you are those who want to be like you, who don't want to see you excel, who don't want to see you succeed, who don't want to see you prosper, who don't want to see something good from you, who don't want to hear that you are making it. So you have to understand that spiritual battles are real, spiritual enchantments are real, spiritual what fight are real. So if you are not ready to fight them, if you are not ready to stand, they are ready 24 hours to fight you. So be aware of this. This is what make me to remember the dreams I have in years back. That was 2 years back. So when I was in that dream, I was favored or of fortune to see a lot of stuff like going on, a lot of things happening. So inside that dream, I saw a man who was making a very dangerous incantation, sitting on the ground while the leg was so open. And I was just like, what is the meaning of this? And I pour a sound on the man, and suddenly, I don't know what happened again, I just wake up. It become what turn back. So what am I trying to say is this: we have to be careful, we have to be vigilant, we have to be alert, because spiritual battles are real. So another enemy you must be prepared for is unfriendly friend. Because people who eat with you, who drink with you, who do stuff with you, can also be your enemy that you are not aware of. This is what Jesus said. He said, the worst enemy of every man is from his household. Meaning that your friends, your loved ones, people whom you think within you that love you may not love you the way you think or you are thinking that they do. So this is why whenever you are praying, is something so special, something so unique for you to know that you have to pray against unfriendly friends, against monetary agents, against spiritual wickedness. You know what I'm saying? So another people you must be ready to do or to pray against are those who are dictators, who are stalkers, people who stalk your life. Many of us don't know that now that you are progressing, succeeding, you are working hard, there are people who are waiting, stalking every move to see how they will strike you. The enemy of progress, the enemy of progress. There are people who are enemies of progress. They don't just want to hear that you win. They just don't want to hear that you succeed. They just don't want to hear that you are elevating. They just don't want to hear that you are making it. They just don't want to hear that something good is coming from you. They just don't want to hear that you are indeed becoming unique in life. They just don't want to hear anything unique from you. So another enemy that you must be ready to battle with is your co-workers. If I say this, people said, what do you mean? Think about this. Your co-workers are those whom you spend half of your life with. You know what I'm saying? Your co-workers are indeed those whom you spend 90 or 89% of your life with. You spend it with them. You do everything with them. You live with them. You eat with them. You do all necessary basic thing, especially with them. That is to tell you that 99% of the stuff which you are doing right now or you will always do it with them. So they know the amount of money you earn. They know how good you are living. They know the authenticness of your life. They know every step of things you are doing. So whether you like it or not, you must be prepared, and you must know that you need to be ready to stand against your co-workers. Pray that let my enemy, either from my co-workers, either from whatsoever, my past co-workers, people whom you have worked with before, who are evil, let them not affect you with their spirit of wickedness. Because let me tell you, the spirit of wickedness is so evil. This is what happened in years back when I was working with some people. So getting to a point, one of my friends made a statement. He said, do you know that there are some people who are unhappy that you are ending money with them the same amount? That is what a co-workers. So you have to be careful that you may be ending the same money with them, you may be doing stuff with them, but you have no idea why it look like anytime money enter your pocket, the next thing you always see is problem to solve. Problem, pain, sorrow, this, because they are the kind of people you tell most of your secret. Because where you are eating, where you are talking, where you are doing things, you may not know when you leak your opportunities. You may not know when you leak your next level, or when you leak your goal, your purpose to them, not knowing that they are not. I can remember in years back when the Lord showed me what my co-workers in those days we were doing in my dream. I was just shocked. So after everything I prayed, I don't know, I can't remember if I fasted, but I prayed. The next thing I saw, it started to manifest physically. I was so shocked to see it manifesting. So what am I trying to say is that the enemy you ought to be aware of are your co-workers. Because the truth is that nobody is going to tell you that your co-workers are not your friend. They are not. They are not. I'm not talking about your masters, your whatsoever you call them. I'm not talking about them, but your main co-workers. This is what I tell one of my friends. I said the most jealous people on earth are co-workers. So you have to be careful. So another group of people whom another enemy you should be careful of and be, limit your doing with them are mostly people who are always in competition. Whenever you realize that someone is in competition, either with their friends, with their family, with their loved one, so you have to be careful with them. You have to be watchful. You have to watch, carefully, because many of them, you may be thinking they like you, you may be thinking they love what you are doing, you may be thinking they are happy, but as long as you are not doing better than them, they will never show you their true color. And the day you tell them whom you are, the day you start to do well, they may be the one that will turn against you. That is why when you are sitting in a place where there are gossiping people, talking bad about people, walk away. Don't say any statement, because anything you say will be used against you the moment you leave or you left. So that is why it's very, very necessary for you as an individual to be careful, for you as a person to be careful, because you have no idea whom is going to be envious or jealous of your next manifestation. So remain blessed. May the Lord do what blessed you abundantly. You know what I'm saying? So remain blessed.